Hey, how are you?
There you go. I was going to say we can see the world, we can't see you.
Uh,
Hi,
well,
Will. How you doing, man?
I am doing great. How about you?
Real good.
I think did you get your videos done?
Well, I finished one edit and I put it up on my YouTube. The other ones I'm working to edit 'cause the background I went to five places. One was nobody there open and let me in. The other two wouldn't allow me to do recordings, so I'm gonna see how I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna make those edits there, and then and one I put up, and then the other one I'm working on. So
Wow. What part of the world are you in?
Michigan,
Michigan, and they wouldn't let you do a recording?
yeah, yeah. They said no, it's not allowed. I'm like,
How
okay.
did you approach asking for permission?
Well, first I was when I was basic information about, them and what they was doing, and then I stated that, two things. One, I do have a client, but I was like, well, I'm also have a YouTube channel and I would like to help, boost out some of your area and your property out here. So is it okay if I do a quick, couple of shots, couple of video shots and pictures to promote it a little bit more? And they're like, no, we can't have no one's authorized to do any outside recordings here.
I
Wow.
would I would tweak it slightly and just see if this is any different. But first, I would call first because you can see if somebody's going to be at the model and so forth. But say, hey, this is Will Upshaw with EXP Realty. I've got buyers that are interested in your neighborhood, and I'd like to come shoot some video to send to them. I'd also like to put it on my channel. And before you even say anything, don't worry, I will give the brokerage credit for the listing. I'm not going to make it like it's my listing. It's
Right.
totally yours. But be affirmative, be proactive with that and see if that changes it any.
Yeah, what they said, well, after they said no recordings allowed, they were like, well, we have video already on our site, so you can just send them there.
Say, well, I don't want to send my buyers to your site, then you'll take the buyer. I'm looking to try to sell these houses for you. How can I do that? By sending them to your site.
Wow. That's a new one on me. I mean, you know, around here, every single time we go into a new neighborhood, the builder welcomes us with open arms because they're
Yeah.
just like, it's free advertising. I mean, yeah, they have their videos in place, but they hired some professional to do it and all this other stuff. And I will tell you that even now, like some of the builders are, when they start a new neighborhood, they're reaching out to us and contacting us and go, hey, we wanted to invite you over for lunch, see if y'all wanted to preview the new house, maybe do a video. And also, we went ahead and paid for drone footage and professional video of our model home, and you're welcome to use it. And I'm like, okay. So they give me the drone footage, they give me all their professional stuff, and then
Hmm.
I usually just, do my own video and add my flair to it. But that just blows me away that I mean, did you actually talk to the actual builder or was it just some rep sitting out there?
No, it was the reps. Out here, the builders are pretty big, and yeah, a lot of times they're not on site.
Yeah. So I would try to contact the actual builder and just give them a phone call and see, because let me tell you why that rep don't want you doing a video out there. Is because the rep wants to represent both sides.
Right.
They don't want to give you anything. So that's why they were telling you no. And I
Yep.
bet you they don't have a rule against you. And really, if there's a sidewalk in the community and it's just a community, then they can't stop you from filming the neighborhood. They can
Right.
stop you from walking through the model home and filming, but they can't stop you from doing the neighborhood.
Right.
Yep. I agree. Start with the builder. Excuse me. The builder. Or if the builder is not also a brokerage, then start with the broker owner of the brokerage. Say, hey, I want to shoot some video in one of the neighborhoods you represent. I'm going to give you credit for the listing. I always do that just out of respect.
Right.
And I'm just trying to promote your neighborhood because I think it's awesome. I've got
Right.
buyers interested in here. It's going to help you. It's going to help me.
Yeah, what
That's
I was gonna do, because I have a whole list of them, I was going to go to the ones that's that's allow me to do it first, and then double back on the ones that give me that pushback. So go through the least resistance, knock
Yeah.
those out first, and then come back to the other ones.
That's a
Yeah.
good approach. And you can always say, that's fine. There's plenty of builders that'll allow me to do it. I'll just sell their neighborhoods instead of yours. And
Exactly.
now I'm being an asshole. You probably don't want to do quite that, but you get my point.
No, I would. 100% I would. Yeah, I'd be like, no, that's okay. When anybody wants to come look at one of your properties, I'll just tell them no. I tell them that you build a crappy building. So, just whatever. I mean, but yeah, wow. That's a new one on me.
And
Yeah.
the other thing you didn't mention, but you always want to make sure they will pay a cooperating agent a commission
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. They did mention that.
Yeah,
What's up, Anil?
that's crazy.
You're muted, buddy. Happy Tuesday to you.
We
You're
still
still
can't hear
muted.
you. You're muted, Anil. There
There
you
you.
go.
Yeah, no, here. Yeah, it just, that speaker button keeps on moving away from me
Oh,
every time it does.
how's it going?
It's going good. A lot of training though.
Yeah.
So much material.
Yeah, Tim and I were just talking about that before the two of you joined. We were talking about all the stuff we're trying to learn. We're trying to get one of us is trying to get perfected on Facebook ads, and I'm hoping Tim takes the ball on that.
Mhm.
I can't learn something that changes every day.
Oh,
That
we.
is true. The technology is so fast, I have no idea how it changes. It used to change always. It used to change couple of years. Now it's changing almost every day
Oh my gosh, yeah.
because of the AI. Yesterday, I was listening to somebody and he says, well, I can give you a full course of like 6 days, free course. It's there on YouTube,
Yeah.
and to develop the whole web app. And you can sell it for like 10, 15.
Now
So
your connection is
I'm pretty
freezing,
sure.
Anil.
Okay. Is it better?
I can. Yeah, you're back now. You were saying sell you.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
a free 6-day course on what?
No, they don't sell it. He has course on that YouTube where he goes full.
Yeah.
Yeah, your connection's pretty bad. So anyway, um,
Okay. Disconnected, connected so many times. Yeah, it's getting disconnected. Let me connect on laptop. Ah,
While he's doing that, Will, what can we help you with today, sir?
Uh, well, one thing I'm starting to again finish up on the magnetic marketing, and I got in touch with them to set up my funnels and everything.
yeah.
Now, I I haven't heard back from I gave all the information and I filled out all the forms. I just don't know what's next. Do I need to reach back out to them to do anything, or do I don't know where I'm at with that point, or should I just go to the I guess they got the attract ROI and just start going through that training there.
How long ago did you submit your forms?
Believe it was Friday, Thursday or Friday.
Okay. Have you set up your A2P number and gotten that approved?
I gave them all the information that they asked for me, but I don't know if
Okay.
it's approved or nothing yet.
Okay. I would say everything's in process if it was just
Okay.
Thursday or Friday. Their goal is to have you up and running in 7 days.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
little fast, in my opinion. I mean, they can do it. I didn't turn mine on that fast because I wanted to have my 12 videos done and edited and on my channel before I turned my ads on. But you're probably in the midst of all that. If you don't hear from them by tomorrow or Thursday at the latest, then I'd jump in office hours Thursday and say, hey, what's going on? I submitted everything last Thursday or Friday, whenever it was, and just get them to update you. But to back to your other question, if you've not been through the entire cash cow training in digital president, make sure you've done that and also go through the attract ROI training in digital
Okay.
president. Those are two
Okay.
things you need to know to turn on and start using Go High Level, which they've branded Attract ROI. So when we say Attract ROI, it's Go High Level. They're synonymous.
Okay.
Um, but those are two things you can be doing while you're waiting on things to get set up.
Okay. All right.
And there's something else in there that um I'm trying to think of what it's called. If they haven't gotten back with you in just a few days, that if you go through that, because it sounds like you're going through the trainings pretty quick. Um, and if you go through that cash cow and the attract ROI, there's another one in there. What's it called? Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the university now.
What's the content surrounding? I
It
know the name of
teaches
it.
you there's all kind of goodies in there. There's just little things that you can tweak inside Attract ROI. Digital President Academy. Hold on, let me look in here. It's called it's a green, I can see it in my head and I can't think of the name of it. It's a green box. And it's called, hold on. For
Not
some
ringing a
reason
bell
my
with me.
Attract ROI has been going slow, slow, slow today.
Mine was too.
It's called Method. Master the method. Attract plus ROI. And there are 16 lessons in there, I think.
Okay.
Um, and I'll tell you kind of the highlights of them. So there's um, how to add your database to Attract ROI if you already have one. Any stored in another CRM or whatever. If this is what you want to use as a CRM, and then how to connect domains. It does it automatic and manual. It shows you both ways. How to generate leads from your website using a chat widget. This is, I don't want to confuse you and get you to go in too much. So that this may be something for way later.
I think so.
I think so
Okay.
too. Now that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it, it's something for way later.
No, slow down.
Yeah. Hey, never mind. Forget I said anything. I'll delete this part of this video of the training. Yeah, never mind. I haven't looked in Digital President Academy in a while. There's a lot of things in here. Hey, Anil's back.
So where, yeah, yeah, finally. It's going back and forth. My cell phone was disconnecting again and again. So I said, okay, let me connect from laptop.
Awesome. How's it going with you?
Slow, slow. And the more I know, sometimes I forget. So uh, maybe I should stop once you come back with from your EXP con. Maybe I should set up sub funnel too. Yeah, this weekend I'm planning to go get some YouTube uh, videos done.
Okay.
I contacted a couple of them, builders, and they said, yeah, you can come, you can do it from outside. And they didn't say that you can do it from inside. They said, well, we have to find out, whatever reps they have to talk to their bosses or something. And I said, okay.
Yeah, that's similar to what we were just talking to Will about.
Yeah, that's what I felt. And I think it has changed a little bit in the past few months. What has happened was when there were no buyers, then they were kind of desperate, when they were giving a lot of discounts and all those things, then they were fine. And now suddenly the buyers are out. So they are they want to grab themselves, uh, which is fine. It keeps on going up and down. Means I can do whatever I can do, and then we will just keep on waiting and keep on pushing, and it'll work.
But
Well, and
one,
I'll tell you both. One of the things we've said to people when we went out there was, and I mean, we've never lied. If it was true, we've said
Yeah.
it. But where we go out, like if because we do get a lot of out of town clients who want to see a video of a property. And so, we might go there and say, "Hey, look, I've got a client who lives in Michigan who wants
Hmm.
me to do a walkthrough of this house, and I'm going to do a walkthrough, and I'm going to video it. But while I'm at it, I have a YouTube channel that's pretty popular, and I'm going to go ahead and put it up on my YouTube and give you some free advertising. And then, but I'll make sure and mention, the listing, the builder in the video and give you credit. And then,
That
I
should
mean,
be
I'm
fun.
telling you, 99.9% of the time, ours always say yes, do it.
Yes.
Mine
Yeah.
too. But you got to call the broker owner of the brokerage or the builder and tell them what your plan is. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to bring you some more business. And
Yeah.
don't worry, I'll give you credit for the listing. I
Hmm.
always do. And you'll have
Yeah.
better success. The
Yeah.
people, the sales agents in the models don't have the authority to say yes. That's why they say no.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can do that or not. I don't think we allow that. That's a no to us when it's really, I don't know what the F I'm talking about. They may or may not let you. You got to get to the answer person.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, we had, and this was a real shocker to me, but we had some condos that are well, they're houses being built right on the beach, and they were I think they started at 2.7 million, and the ones right up on the beach were like 5.5 million. And
Oh.
so anyway, we were going to go do one of the videos, a new build, and there was only one in there that was listed, and it was actually listed by an EXP agent, believe it or not. So we
Mhm.
called them and said, "Hey, look, here's the deal. We want to come over, preview the property, do a video of it. We'll give you credit for the listing, but we just want to walk through and do the video and put it up on the channel." And he said no. And I said, what do you mean no? And he said, I said, it's free advertising and I'm going to give you credit in the video for having the listing. And then he says, no, I paid almost $2,000 to a videographer to come over here and do a video. And I said, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the video on your website. I said, you paid $2,000 for that? It's 2.5 minutes long. And he said, yeah. I said, well, do you want to hire a videographer? Because, I'll do you a 20-minute video and it'll be a lot better than that. And I'll charge you the same thing. But anyway, so as we were talking about it, he just said no. And I said, he said, you can go watch my video. I said, I've watched your video. It sucks. I said, so I mean, everything about it sucks. I said, the music is too loud. The video itself is decent. I said, but there's no talking points. There's nobody saying anything. No, you don't learn anything from it. All you're doing is seeing the property. I said, and those kind of videos don't work for what I'm trying to accomplish. And then he says, yeah, well, you can either send them to my site to see the video or, just forget it. I said, okay, no problem. So we didn't go do it. We
Yeah.
waited 6 months and then another one got listed in there. And so then we called that agent and they were like, oh, heck yeah, come on, bring it. And so we went
Yeah.
in and did the video and, you know, there you go.
Who was
Now,
the first agent?
Uh, Angelo DiPaolo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That surprises me with him.
Yeah, he's real good friends with Aileen too.
Yeah. And me.
Yeah.
That just,
Yep.
oh
He
well.
told and he don't know me. So, he sits there and tells me, I said, look, we're both with EXP. And he said, what does that mean to me? I said, okay. Apparently nothing, but okay. I
Wow.
said,
Did you
look,
connect? Did you connect with Aileen in the conversation with him? And he was still like that.
I
He
told
just
Aileen
wants
what he
both
said.
sides.
I told Aileen what he said. Aileen said, I'll give him a call. She reached out to him. She called me back and she said, he said he wasn't trying to be difficult. He just don't want us doing the video. And I said, okay, that's fine.
Now,
So
now, besides trying to get both sides of the transaction, what what reasons do they have for not videoing? Because they listed on the MLS and MLS share it to everybody. So I don't understand why people have such a pushback on that.
I don't
I don't
either.
either. Me neither.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't either. Because listen, I got two listings right now, and if somebody wants to say, I want to come do a video, I'm knock yourself out. And I'll tell them I can save you some time. I already have a
yeah.
video, but my video is branded to me. It's
Right.
like
Yeah.
call OBA Living, call us, call us, call us. So I could see where they would want to do, their own video, but I still don't have a problem with it. You know, I've even got the settings in our YouTube channel where people can share it with, they can reclip our videos, so like they can that's like a creator. It's after you hit a certain amount of subscribers, you get opened up to different aspects of YouTube that just somebody starting out don't get. And so I just got an email a few minutes ago saying, join this. It's a free webinar to talk about the new stuff that's coming out in YouTube. So, but yeah. So the point is that I don't care if anybody wants to share it all you want. Go get it out there, spread it to the world. I don't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah, because I think the main purpose should be to close it as fast as you can so that you can move on, you
Yeah,
know.
100%.
I
And
don't understand.
especially, I mean, if even if you like I was talking about with our videos with Tim and I just had this conversation before you guys jumped on here. I'm trying to figure out a way to I'm trying to learn something new at this point, which I will share once we learn it.
Mhm.
But it's about creating a brand and doing it for free, which YouTube will allow you to do. But I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate these other socials, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever, and then LinkedIn and all the others, TikTok, without hurting the YouTube channel. So that's where I'm trying to figure that out. And once I get it figured out, then I'm gonna do some training on it and share it with everybody so everybody can go, and start doing it too. Because it's free, so I'm just trying to figure out the free method to do it. Because
Yeah.
there's ways to do it paid, but just trying to figure it out for free.
I want to show you guys a quick win, give you a vote
Yeah.
of confidence. My,
Yes.
my channel is fairly new, and I just received this 4 days ago that I've gotten 19,000 views, and that's nothing compared to Andy and Aileen's channel. But that's 19,000 prospects that have seen my stuff on YouTube.
Wow.
So now it's just a matter of time for things to start happening. Just wanted to share that with you. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, that's encouraging because your channel was only getting about 2 views a day whenever we started diving in
What is
trying
your
to figure
channel's
yours out.
name, Tim?
Louisville, Kentucky Living.
Okay.
But your channel is going to be a great testimonial for us to put out there to show people what can happen when it's done the right way because you know, yours was being done, but it wasn't being done the right way. So it's like, all this, videos were being put on there, but nothing was being set up, the whole 9 yards. And then whenever I took it over and started doing stuff the right way, then that's when it just exploded or
So all
starting
these,
to explode.
so when you have all these photographs, these are all in your team,
Yeah,
Tim?
these are people on my team. Yes, the Hollenden team.
Okay.
Another thing we did wrong that I want to tell you so you don't do it is my daughter did a lot of the postings. This is her here, Tara. Um, she had a baby and she didn't put any content on the channel for almost or right around a year. And that hurt us as well. You've got to commit to this and then, start out doing 2 videos a week. And then after you get to a certain level, you can probably back it down to 1 video a week. But I mean, yeah. But you've got to be consistent about it. So YouTube knows that you're going to stick around. You're going to continue to deliver content. So they're going to continue to recommend it to people to watch.
Yep. Consistency is king.
Yeah.
Have you both been through Andy's training far enough that you have the flow of the video, your
I,
intro and your outro and the content in the middle? Have you done through that much?
not completely. I've done only 40% of the training.
Okay. Well, you've
eventually.
probably gotten that part then.
Yeah.
That's fairly early
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the flow. It's just the wording. Um, because yeah, my video when I went out there and I did it on site,
Mhm.
I missed so much of the information. So and then the wind was blowing a little bit, so I came back and I did some voiceover to make sure I hit those points again. But yeah, that's the thing. I was like, man, I almost want to just scrap it and redo it all, but like, no, let me put it out there and let me keep on working at it so I can get better at it. Don't just scrap it. So that's what I'm working on. So
Yeah, you should see some of our first videos. They are horrible. And they're still on the channel. So I mean they were terrible. Um, I mean like literally terrible. Like it's bad. But so just to add a little training to this call. So the thing is when you go through other trainings, like, I've been through like the whole Levi Lassick training, and I've been through several of the others. Um, why is my computer's been acting crazy? But anyway, I've been through several of the others, and they tell you not to do certain videos. Like you don't want to put restaurant videos of restaurants on your channel. Well, that's probably one of the more important videos that's on our channel, and that's probably where we've gotten about 50% of our sales is by having talking about restaurants because we're at the beach. People want to know where to eat certain things, seafood, and why if they're here for a while, they're tired of eating seafood, so they want to know where to get the best cheeseburger or the best pizza or whatever. So we did all those, like top 10 lists, and then we also do reviews of restaurants. If I'm going to eat at a restaurant, I'm gonna get there 30 minutes early and film it if we've never done a video of it. And there's a method behind that madness. Number one, it's because when you get down into the bonus material on uh, on the YouTube training, you're going to hit a section about Google Maps, and Google Maps is so important. So if you've done a video of a restaurant, just to give you an idea, like the Yacht Club here locally, then if I'm ever eating there, every single time we eat there, I always take a couple of pictures of the food or whatever. I give them a 5-star review. I write a little sentence, saying you need to try the Bushwhacker. It's fantastic or whatever. And then I'll put a link, and then I'll say, if you want more information about this place, watch this video. And I'll put a link to my YouTube video on there. Well, then I've become a local expert because I've left so many reviews on Google Maps. And so what happens is that people start when they go there and they pull it up and on Google Maps to figure out where it's at, and they see that you're a local expert and they go, "Oh, this guy's got a video." Boom, they hit the video, then they start watching all your videos, then they go down the rabbit hole and they'll start watching, boom, video after video after video. But the point is that if you say the right things in the video, that's the reason I like in the training, I'll tell you to say the same thing every single time in your opening. So these are key words that you want to say. Like for will you, what part of Michigan are you in?
like the East, like north of Detroit.
So let's just say Detroit. Let's just say Detroit, Michigan. So if you're doing what every single video you do in and around Detroit, right there in that area, I would say the same thing every single time. I never tell them who I am because they don't care who you are. They don't care till later on. They'll care once they want to call you. So what I always say is the exact same thing. So you're thinking about moving to Detroit, Michigan. Well, in this video today, we're going to talk about blah, 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 whatever you're talking about. But you say the same thing every single time. If I'm in Foley, Alabama, I say, so you're thinking about moving to Foley, Alabama? Well, in this video today, we're going to talk about blah, blah, blah. So you're thinking about moving to Orange Beach? So you're thinking about moving to Gulf Shores? So you're thinking about moving to Fairhope? Whatever. Wherever I'm at, I say the same thing. You're thinking about moving to because moving to that town is going to be a long tail keyword, and YouTube's algorithm will pick it up and realize we need to put this video in front of people who are searching what to, to move to that area. And then all of a sudden you become the video that pops up. And
So
and
like for
that's
any town or city, like
Yeah, I mean, whatever town or city you're in, I mean, if you're and I'll tell you another little trade secret is I've got a big city next to us, Mobile, Alabama, which is
yeah,
45 minutes from me, but
yeah.
I don't want to work in Mobile. I
Yeah,
do not want to go to Mobile at all for no
Yeah, but
reason.
but here I live, which is like continuously city after city. There are like 10 suburbs close by. Like I live in South Lake, the next one is Grapevine, North Richland Hills, Keller, Colleyville. They are like 10 miles away. It's like South Lake is like very, very small, like four exits, that's it. And then three exits Grapevine, two exits Irving, those kind of things. Small, small places look small, but they are mainly residential, so there will be a lot of homes there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Area-wise, it may be small, but they are like populated areas. So,
But
You're
Neil,
in
that's 10 times the opportunity. I mean, you can capitalize on every one of those cities. Ultimately, will be a separate playlist on your channel.
yes, that's okay. So that's what I was thinking, that I will do that one city at a time. You go
Mhm.
and then do a couple of videos like Frisco, Irving, Grapevine, and it's with the same kind of, as you said, same kind of talks, hey, and then s- go to a pedestrian mall like in South Lake. There's a town square. Make a video of that town square.
Yeah,
Certain shops are
Yep.
there. Yeah,
100%. And you're in like you're talking about suburbs of Dallas, right?
yes,
Yeah, so the cool thing about that is that nobody wants to live in downtown Dallas. I mean, when
nobody.
I they want to live on the outskirts and drive in if they're working in Dallas. So
Yeah,
that's the key is to show the differences between whatever little suburb you're talking about in Dallas and Dallas. Like how much less expensive it is in South Lake to live than it is if you lived in Dallas.
yeah,
Then you also you could do a map tour, show, how far it is to Dallas, how far it is to the airport. You got two different airports there that are
mhm,
drivable, right in the same little area. And then
mhm,
you've got, oh my God, you got all, Grapevine, you've got all the, you've got Fort Worth right down the road. So
mhm.
you got all kinds of stuff to do videos on. Dallas is like a mecca for doing this type of thing. I mean, Dallas is like that's the place to do all these videos.
Yeah,
And the cool thing about Dallas, another cool thing about it is all these big neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but the very first thing they do when they come in now and build these big neighborhoods is the first thing they do is build all the amenities. So they're building
yeah,
out these huge swimming pools. They're building out these huge, some of them are building like lakes with sand areas in them that look
yes,
like a beach.
yeah. They call it. I don't know. They call it artificial beach or something.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
And they're building pickleball courts and basketball courts and tennis courts and then they're having arena.
Schools.
Then they build a school before they build a school for that subdivision before
yeah,
they ever build the subdivision because they're so big. And
yeah,
then so you talk about having you could have a playlist on your channel just for that neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have to search for material, that kind of stuff, and like those little areas where you live, the material just comes to you,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
I have a clarification question.
Yep.
Um, so you're thinking about moving to, I get that in a relocation market, but what if you're in a market that doesn't have a lot of relo? Should you twist that to say, so you're thinking about making a move in Louisville, Kentucky instead of making a move to, because the channel doesn't cater just to the relocating buyer, it caters to the people moving from one area to another. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think for the most part, what you're not going to you don't want to go after local traffic and buy sellers and local traffic. And the reason why I say that is the local traffic is going to find you anyway. and the local traffic doesn't need to know how far it is from the airport to such and such. They live there. They know what it's like.
Hmm.
The main thing you're going to get and what you're trying to get across with your channel is become searchable to the people who are looking on Google or Chat GPT or whatever when they're looking in there and they're saying, what's the best place to live in Louisville, Kentucky? Because they don't know the area. That's who you're after, is the person that don't know the area. So the person that knows it, who already lives there and wants to sell their property, eventually they'll start reaching out to you only because you're everywhere. You're going to become that everywhere person, after the videos get out there for so long.
Right.
But that's not how to grow, the business to start with. You're looking for people wanting to move to that area. So that's the reason for those long tail keywords.
Okay.
After you've established a channel, after you've established an audience and you have a regular audience, like we have 3,300 subscribers right now, I think, and we have probably 75% of our audience are regular viewers. They come back, they comment all the time. We we have one guy, I don't know his name. It just says Ken G is all it says on his name. But this dude comments on every video I put out, every post I put out. He comments on every one of them. He is watching everything,
He's got a man crush.
apparently,
Yeah.
or maybe Aileen's on most of them. So,
Well, there you
and
go.
and listen, we've had like our videos haven't been getting a whole lot of views, which I've never really looked at that. I don't care about the vanity matrix of it. I just want the phone to ring, and the phone's been still ringing. It's ringing about once or twice a week with somebody looking to buy. It happened yesterday. I told you had a guy call up. He said, "Hey, we live in I think they live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama." And then, well, they have a lake house in Tuscaloosa and they live somewhere in Conyers, Georgia, I think. But anyway, he said, we've been watching your channel for like a year and we just absolutely love everything you do. And we're looking to buy a $700,000 condo on the beach. And here's what we want to do. And we're coming down this weekend and we're staying at Phoenix 5 and we got $700,000 cash. So can you help us? Yeah, well, duh. So I called Aileen. Aileen calls him, and I told him, I said, "Look, I'm gonna have Aileen call you because I'm not gonna be in town this weekend." He was like, "Oh man, I really wish you were gonna be here because we really wanted to meet you." And I said, "Well, you'll meet me. I said, if you buy a condo, you'll meet me." And so, you know, you become a celebrity. It's the whole thing of it is couple months ago, my wife had some friends in town, and we went to a place I do not go. It's at the wharf, and Tim, you know what I'm talking about, Jenny Lane's. We went to Jenny Lane to eat because they had heard it was good, and I was like, we'll go check it out. And it was good food, but we're
Mm.
literally sitting at the table, and the bartender comes by, and he catches me out of the corner of his eye, and he says, and I'm telling you, in a crowded restaurant, there's probably 40 people, 50 people in there, and he hollers, "Oh my God, you're the YouTube guy." And I said, "Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, you're the reason we moved here. I got to get a picture with you. I got to get a picture with you." Comes over to the table, takes a picture. I'm just like, "Oh my God." When he walks away, everybody sitting at the table goes, "How did you become famous?" And I'm like, "I'm not famous. This is just, I don't." So, and then he comes over and tells us, "My wife works at the other bar down here at the end of the strip, it's some little wine bar. Can you do me a favor and walk down there and just say hey to her?" And I'm like, "Oh, all right." So we walked down there. We walked in. She was bartending. I stood there and I looked at her for a few minutes and I said, "Do you recognize me?" And she was like, "Oh my God, you're the YouTube guy." We watch every one of your videos. So,
Love it.
but that's the way it happens. But so to answer your question, the locals will come. They will start to use you. We don't have that many. We have maybe 3 listings that we've gotten off the channel in 3 years, but we don't really focus on the listings either. So I honestly think, Levi, even he started a whole nother channel for listings,
Yep.
and it's for locals only. And he even says in his intro, If you're not a local to the Dallas Fort Worth area, do not subscribe to this channel, please, because he only wants locals. So now he don't have that many subscribers. I don't think he's got maybe like 1,200 subscribers on that channel, but they're locals and they watch the. I think he gets a pretty good amount of views. But it's people that live here or live there and will eventually sell their house, and that's what he's trying to focus on. So we're not there yet, of course. I mean, he also has 53,000 subscribers, but he lives in, I don't know how many people live in Dallas, but it's quite a bit. You know, we have 15,000 people that live here. So,
Yeah. Dallas is big metropolis.
oh my God, yeah. Listen, I lived in a hotel for 11 months. I did. I got an offer from I was in the car business forever and ever and ever, and so Allstate. I got a call. Basically, what I did was I had a adjuster's license for storms for cars, and I did
Mhm.
that for the car lot. So we could do our own adjusting and all that for insurance purposes. But anyway, so I had Allstate reach out to me, and they wanted me because they saw my background with cars, and they wanted me to go to Dallas. In I think our office was in Farmers Branch, but so we had to
Yeah.
go. I had to go to Dallas, and it was only supposed to be for a couple months, but I kept telling them no, and they kept upping the price, and they just kept getting higher and higher and higher until they finally got to like almost $100 an hour. And I was like, and they're going to pay me a per diem and all this other stuff. And I'm like, just to go sit in an office and do insurance claims. And I'm like, okay, I'm in. So I took off and went there just to work a couple of months and make, maybe 40, $50,000. And it turned into an 11-month deal. So they wouldn't let me leave. They kept going, no, 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 no. And then, and then this is a funny story. So I was leaving. I had left. I was going home. It was in the 1st of November. And I had driven 12 hours to get back here to Orange Beach. Soon as I got here, my phone rang and said, "We need you to turn around and come back." There's been a fire in California. These were the Paradise fires.
Hmm.
That there's been fires in California, and we need you to come back. There's been a tragedy. So I spent one day in Orange Beach and drove back to Dallas and got back in the same hotel room. And then, but I wish I had not gone because I was the one having to make these phone calls to these people and say, where's your car? And you're like, most of these people, they lost not only their house, but they lost, their dogs, their kids, their brother, their mother, people died. There was a lot of people died. How you gonna make that phone call and call them up and go, where's your car? And they go, I don't know, it's gone. It got burned up in the fire. So, we were sending them money, of course, and they gave us the authority to go ahead and send them whatever the coverage was. We sent them a certain percentage of the coverage and immediately paid them some money so they could get hotel rooms and all that other stuff. So we actually did some good, but it was not an easy phone call to make. Because you
Yeah.
had to sit there and listen to them for an hour, cry on the phone about everything that's going on, and you're just like, oh my God. Your heart pours out to them, but you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guys, I got to run, get ready for today's webinar. Thank y'all for
Okay.
being here.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Okay.
Andy.
we
All
both
right.
do. Actually, unless
Yeah.
y'all need anything, we can call it early if y'all want to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm good.
Have
Thanks
to
for
go.
everything.
Thanks for
Yeah.
subscribing to my channel, Will.
You saw that, huh?
We have a code amongst YouTubers, though. If you push play on a video, you got to watch it to the end. Even if you
Yes.
walk out of the room, just keep letting it play.
Oh yeah, it's still up. I paused it.
All right, brother. I'll do the
All
same.
right.
Thank you all.
All
All
right.
right.
See
Bye.
y'all.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.